Hello, this video is, I think I have to disclose where I live. It could cause some problems because I talked to my mom earlier today and she says I can't do it, but I didn't really like her reasoning. She's like, oh, but the world's changing. I'm gonna hide more and more about myself because now you have Facebook and all of the computer things. And so you have to hide. And that kind of doesn't really make any sense to me. If somebody really wants to know something about you, where you live, it's easy to find where somebody's address is. You just type their name and boom, their address. And so I came to the realization I have to disclose where I live because today I started working on Boulder, Rome again. And I wanted to Google Earth everything about I wanted to transform Boulder into Rome, so that when you're going around Boulder, you're going around ancient Rome to help learn history that way. And not just Boulder and Rome, but Colorado and the Roman Empire and the Roman Republic. Like every single ancient tribal city, I think I have like 300 or something in Italy right now from the original ones, has a sister city in Colorado based on how far it is from Boulder and how far it is from Rome, and all the battles too, everything. And so you just recreate Rome here for the bicyclists to pretend that they're riding on horses or something, because riding a bike now and riding a horse then is about the same. So you can basically relive Rome. But so I wanted to build, and I live in Boulder, so I wanted to build a part of Boulder, that I live in Boulder, with lots of sample buildings to help me calibrate what building size is for height and width of building, as well as area size and distance calibration, like what 500 meters is from my house to wherever, how big my neighborhood is compared to your normal precinct, because I would have to do all that stuff anyway, and if I didn't do it here, I would have to do it in another part of Boulder. And if I did another part of Boulder, I know that it would grate on me more and more and more, and I'd finally be like, man, because I would have to be doing it where I live here, but it would have to be like the secret part. And like, why would I, have to bifurcate, have to like convert in my mind, and on my computer have like the file of everything having to do with my house secret, and it's just too much of a headache. And I don't think it's necessary, if people don't disclose where they live now, they will soon. And I just can't live with myself knowing that if that I just listened to somebody like my mom or my family who don't really have a real opinion other than their fear. People just have their fear, and then they start making stuff up like, somebody will key your car or whatever. And it's like, if somebody really dislikes you that much, they're gonna figure it out a way to do it. So I really don't think there's anything to fear. And besides, if it does lead, if me disclosing where I live leads to my car getting blown up or something, I wouldn't even be angry about it, because I know that that's what I had to do, and I know that it's like a movement that you have to be one of the chargers to change the way that the world works and not be so scared and to share yourself. And so I would see myself as a freedom fighter, So if my car got like blown up or whatever, I might even be happy about it, because I'd consider it like points. Like how black kids consider time spent in jail as like street cred. Maybe if I get my car blown up, that's street cred, or something. People come up with all kinds of weird excuses. My brother said I can't grow a marijuana plant in my apartment because the government might confiscate my apartment, because it's not legal federally, but it's legal state. It's like, people can say anything. It doesn't make any sense. Why do we have to be so scared and so anonymous and, have our heads in the ground? So yeah, it would be a lot easier for me in the long run if I just disclose where I live now and explain why. Because anybody who goes into my Boulder, Rome, or my bicycle trips and stuff around here, they're going to know where I live, because they're going to see everything coming out. And also, somebody else has mentioned this about me on YouTube. If I have a Strava, then everybody sees where your Strava ends and begins. Like, everybody knows where everybody lives anyway. You look at the ride and you trace it, and the thing appears right at the person's house, and then it disappears at their house. Everybody already knows. So, anybody to tell me that I can't disclose where I live, it's almost like I feel like I'm being bullied for no reason. just bullied because I'm being bullied. Like you can't because I don't like you in general. It's like I don't know. It doesn't work, man. I have to disclose where I live. Because let me show you how I'm doing this. Okay. Okay. So here is future Boulder. I have. I also have past Boulder also, but this is future Boulder. This one here is Sky Portal base jump building. This is the longest base jump, the highest base jump that was ever made. Done. It's well, it doesn't even say here, but it's really high. Here, let's find out how high it is. It's 35,988 meters. 35,988 meters. So that's pretty cool. And then this building down here, this is Mount Everest building. And that is, damn, why don't I have any of this written? This is, I have to like, I'm working on my website like while I'm doing the video. Mount Everest building is 7,193 meters. And then you have Mount Everest at the bike park. So this is the footprint. This Mount Everest is the footprint of 3.97 meters. Kilometers. So it's the same circumference, diameter as Mantinea, like your city-state from the past. So the width of a city-state and the height of Mount Everest. And so here's the bike park, kind of similar. And then down here you have Long's Peak building on top of Hayden Lake. So it's like a hike turned into Long's Peak. So you get to compare Long's Peak and the base jump, sky jump at Mount Everest, which is pretty cool. And over here is Long's Peak building. So I guess I have it in two places. Now the reason I have it over here, now it's this. This is the biggest building in Colorado. Or what building is this? Oh, that's Boulder High. So that's Boulder High. I made Boulder High 3,000 feet, which is how high the biggest mountain is that you can see from Boulder, that you can like hike up from Boulder. And then I put the World Trade Centers here. So this is officially my future Boulder. But I also had to calibrate where I live. And this is the area where I live. This is Long's Peak building. Now this is built on the footprint of the like shopping complex building that's right across the street from where I live. Somewhere from where I live, where I shop every day, like the Walmart. So let me show you. And this one here is old person's home, and it's 34, and I made it 3,000 feet for some reason. And then my building, I made it 3,000 feet. So this is as big as like Green Mountain, which looks like a pyramid from where I am. And then you have Long's Peak next to it, which is the biggest mountain you can climb and you can see from Boulder. Okay, so I have all the calibrations. So anyway, when you see this on my website, people are going to naturally see, and then they get Strava. So I just feel like to get a load off my shoulders to just disclose where I live now and let me know that I have to do it and why I have to do it, and to let people be not quite so scared. Here's my local 10K run for whenever I start running. I have it in counterclockwise and clockwise, and you can have a movie, so I can check it out on a cell phone and stuff. And so, yeah. So for my website, I have a bunch of I have it cell phone friendly, so you just hit the icon, and then it takes you on the cell phone, and it takes you through the movie. And so if I'm going to do that, I have to have it calibrated for my house, which is right here. So let me show you where I live. I live at Remington Post, the condos. Here's the building next door to where I live. Here's my supermarket, Walmart, and then you have the 24-hour fitness. I'll get a membership there when I start exercising, but it's literally right across the street. It's pretty cool, because here's where my apartment is. I'm on the second floor. It's my apartment right there, second floor, corner of the building. That's my van right there. So, pretty chill situation. This thing right up there, that's me. Next year whenever I have the money, I'm going to put flowers dangling up and then growing out from up here. So that's why I have my building converted into 3,000 feet high, because that's the same height as Green Mountain, which is right here, the highest mountain, and it looks like a pyramid from where I live. It's pretty cool. And so that's basically why he got to do that. Let's pause it. Okay, so that's me disclosing where I live, not to try to get attention, because that's actually what my mom said today. Why are you trying to get so much attention? You have to get attention, and it's, I don't know, it's like projection. Like if you're not trying to, you're trying to be free and spread your wings and not have to bifurcate and hide things from other people and like cause yourself a headache. I don't know how that has to translate into trying to get attention. I'm just trying to. I have to share why I got to do it, because this is the project that I'm working on now, and I'm going to be talking about it pretty soon. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be working on designing all of that. So, that's that. I wish all of the best and peace to everybody. I don't mean to try to step on anybody's toes. This is my apartment. I own it. I plan on living here for the rest of my life, never traveling, never doing anything. And so, isn't that personal freedom to tell people where you live? I mean, am I missing something? I don't want people to get all scared just because Donald Trump's president. Now you have to hide and run and be start thinking irrationally, and then you try to make other people get scared with you. And what? No. We got to be going into the world of sharing and freedom, man. All right, peace out.